Welcome to I Learned a Thing in the Bathroom from Dollar Shave Club, where we explain something very complicated in mere minutes to occupy your brain while you shave. In this edition, we'll be answering the question, what will the end of the world look like? As explained by someone who sounds smart, because he's British.
In about 7 or 8 billion years, we're all going to be dead. Well, obviously, we're all going to be dead, but I'm referring specifically to every living thing on Earth at that time. That's because stars like our Sun have a long but finite lifespan. When the Sun runs out of hydrogen to fuse into helium, which is the process by which it produces light and heat, it will begin to bloat outwards as it transforms into what is known as a red giant. The good news is that the surface of this red giant will be somewhat cooler than our current Sun. The bad news is that it will grow so large that it completely vaporizes the Earth.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
Indeed not. One recent estimate claims that our Sun will grow so large, Mercury, Venus and Earth will all be engulfed. Not that there'll be anyone around to see that happen. The Sun's luminosity increases by about 10% every billion years, so by the time of the Sun's expansion, the Earth's oceans will already have pretty much evaporated, while our atmosphere gets replaced by a mix of nitrogen and carbon dioxide, similar to the lethal air of Venus.
This also does not sound good.
Again, it is not. Mars will technically be a much more hospitable planet during this period, but once the Sun starts expanding out in its red giant phase, most of the solar system will be doomed, with even Neptune becoming too hot to support life, and only Pluto and a handful of icy asteroids remaining viable for human habitation.
I'm starting to think that vaporizing the solar system is a bad move for us in general.
Well, you're not wrong. The fact is, though, that it's incredibly unlikely humans will still be around by then. And even if somehow we have survived and moved on to a different part of the galaxy, there's still no escape from the eventual heat death of the universe.
Today I learned there is something that sounds worse than home planet being vaporized by the sun.
Heat death is a theory that says, eventually, everything in the universe will cool to the point of absolute zero, at which point no living thing can survive, and even atoms would no longer be able to move. Now, the chances of there being any humans alive to see that are really remote. The process won't even get going in earnest for another 10,000 sextillion years. That's a 1 with 100 zeros after it.
So we've got a while then.
Yep. Unless any of the major end-of-the-world myths come to pass first, of course, in which case, take your pick. Most religions have their own ideas of what the apocalypse looks like, but points for the most metal version go, of course, to the Vikings. In Norse mythology, the gods battle with Loki, god of chaos, and in the ensuing war against Fenrir the monster wolf, Jormungandr the Midgard serpent, and an army of frost giants, the world burns and the earth is swallowed by its oceans, killing everyone on both sides as it tears the stars from the sky.
I never thought I'd say this, but Armageddon sounds awesome.
Tune in next time for more I Learned a Thing in the Bathroom. And in the meantime, head to dollarshaveclub.com for more podcasts and a big old pile of grooming products.